Welcome back, everybody. So, posted a video 2 days ago, so I let that marinate for 48 hours, got about 18 views or so, and it's going to be in the playlist of blue collar work, and it's basically talking about union versus non-union and some of the things that you might not know and some of the things you may know. So, shooting off this live, it is 7:49, almost 8 o'clock. Friday. So happy Friday. We got a massive snowstorm coming. And yeah, New England. And in the distance, if I spin you around, which I will, we are done screening for now. Screening plants all wrapped up way over in the distance. So I'm taking leftover material that I accumulated and I'm just putting it back on the main pile. I think we're going to switch gears. It's getting too cold, like real cold and snowy. It's counterproductive to screen loom this time of year. And I know they were trying to do what they can do, but that's what we're going to do, switch gears. Not sure what we're going to do, either put a hammer on, chip up some concrete. We got a company coming to process some concrete, pulverize it, turn it into dense grade gravel, something we can use for backfill. Yeah, so, but we got snow coming, so I think everything's kind of been put on hold. So today's like the calm before the storm. We have Saturday tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be bitterly cold, one of the coldest days in the last 365 days last year. So not a calendar year, but day year. So tomorrow's going to be pretty brutally cold, and I'm glad we're not working. So other notes, I tried. Well, I did. I didn't try. I filmed horizontally alive. Yeah, I don't know if that went down too well. This live is super early, so there might not be that many people, but I'm going to hang out until I get bored. I got nothing else to do today except stock this up and then go move some other material. So it's going to be a low-key Friday. We're putting the hammer on right now. Last night on the other channel, my main channel, I did a quick short. I did not film the whole process, but right beyond the boom, I put a water pump in the Jeep, in the WJ. So we did the radiator fan. So let's recap. Let's recap what we did for the Jeep since we've owned the Jeep in a year and a few months. So right off the rip, I got it with a bad rear end. Not the gearing and not the ring and pinion, but I got it with bad bearings. So we replaced every bearing. It's a Dana 35 in the back of that Jeep. We replaced the bearings on the ring and pinion gear, the output shaft, and both axle bearings. We did it all. So that's number one we did on the GPE on Gasoline Garage. Then we did brakes, we did shocks. That's normal stuff, wear and tear, brakes and shocks. What else did I do? Oh, a radiator fan. That was the most recent thing we did. I did a temperature sender, but it wasn't broken, so I kept that. I have that part in case I need to replace it, or change it back out with the aftermarket one. But I was having problems with overheating, I think once or twice, and I was kind of nervous. So I ended up changing out the sensor. Hey, welcome to the channel, guys. If you guys can hear me, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure my audio is coming. And I got my Bluetooth mic on. But so we did the wire temp. It's wired, yeah, but the temperature sender. We did that. And then last night, I just searched online on YouTube, as usual, as we all do. And there's a lot of videos on putting on a water pump on the 2000 to 2004 WJ where you see in the distance. So I decided not to film it, but I did do a short. I didn't want to remove the radiator shroud. Every video I saw to do that was to remove the radiator shroud to get that done. And I kept it in place because those two bolts, if you guys watched that video on the other channel, that was a pain in the butt. So I left those two, I left all four bolts in, and as I took the radiator out. So, so last night I did a quick short on the water pump itself. 235,000 miles, man. I mean, I'll tell you right now, and an original part still has a Chrysler emblem on it. Back when Jeep owned Chrysler, which Fiat owns Jeep now. If you didn't know, now you know. All new Jeeps from 2021 are all owned by Fiat. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, we did that last night. It didn't take too long. The only downfall is I just did that antifreeze over and kind of disappointed. I don't know what's the antifreeze, 15 bucks. I just did it. So what's going on? Welcome to the chat. We're doing a live stream. We just shot up a video, so I'll give you the breakdown what we do on this channel. I do long form videos on construction, and I always do the lives. So I'll flip you guys around. I'm kind of bored to look at in the cab, so give you something interesting to look at. I do construction videos, and right now I've had a lot of free time on my hands screening loom. But as you can see in the distance, the screening plant is wrapped up. We're done. So go back and see if you want. You can see how that process is. I did a whole startup and everything. But in previous videos, you guys have known that I've been doing since October on this particular job site. So anyways, backtrack. What I do here is I do long form videos, and then I make this like an open house for discussion about the latest video we dropped. And the latest video was talking about union and non-union workers and companies and what to expect between those two avenues. I got 2 more videos already filmed, and I have the opposing side to that, non-union to union. So there's 2 separate videos on this. I'll drop it next week. I might even film this weekend if it's going to be really crappy. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a video in the garage, the home garage. But obviously this is more construction related stuff. So that's why I try to keep it too on this channel. Try to keep it, PG-13. I try to keep it family friendly in case people want to watch this later on in life. And what my goal is with this channel, if you're just stopping by, welcome. My name is Dan, by the way. If you are interested in the blue collar world and getting into this for a living, now I'm YouTubing and I do this for a living. I understand YouTube is a really fun thing. Being a streamer is fun. You can make some serious money on there if you're very successful talking to a camera, which sometimes is difficult talking to a camera. But what you need to do is pretend you're talking to an audience or at least somebody else, at least one person. Just make off like you're talking to one person. But this is kind of a different avenue to show people that working with your hands. I know you can't see my hands around the controls down here in the excavator, which I have a video talking about like a dozer. You can go look through that too. And maybe I'll do an excavator, dumb it down for everybody and show you exactly what to do. That might be a video I might film later on today. But anyways, so my goal is to show the younger people and even people that are middle-aged that might be wanting a career change that working in the blue-collar industry is not a bad thing. So that's my goal. I'm really more geared towards the younger generation because I feel as though those kids that may have went to college and not using their degree, I'll flip you guys back around, not using their degree to their full potential, got student loans out the yin-yang. And what I find is that puts a big burden on the younger generation that are struggling to get into the housing market or even buy a slightly used new vehicle to get back and forth to their whatever they're doing for work. So being a laborer in construction or doing carpentry or concrete work or a carpenter or anything like that is a very viable way of making a really good career. And I mean career, not a job. It is a career. And you can make a really good outlook on life if you get into this industry. And it really doesn't matter what trade you're in. I just happen to fall into running heavy equipment. I enjoy it. I guess I'm like a little kid that never got out of the sandbox. So my mission statement of this channel basically is to just get the word out there and help out the younger generation more or less to, give them information, just like you would go to school and get information from a professor about certain atmospheres. And I'm up here, Jay, sorry to see that. I'm just talking. I'm from Texas. That's awesome, man. I'm up in New England, buddy. Way up in the northeast where it's cold. We're getting some really, really cold temperatures tomorrow, Saturday, and we're getting a lot of snow coming Sunday. So welcome to the channel, my friend from Texas. So that was my main goal, basically more the younger generation, but it really doesn't matter. You can be any age looking to make a change. So that's kind of like my goal a little bit. So it almost looks like cookies and cream, doesn't it? I remember when I first started doing this stuff, you got snow with dirt. Looks like cookies and cream ice cream. I don't know. ADHD much? Maybe. But yeah, so I'm just kind of like grading this place out, smoothing it out. It's not going to have to be perfect. Just in case they want to push snow up here. And we have potentially Sunday. We potentially have close to 2 feet of snow coming, and that's a big storm for us up here in New England. For as of lately, so we haven't had a big snowstorm like that in a while. We've had these December last year, December 2025, we had a few snowstorms. This month, January, it's been pretty, I don't know, not lackadaisical, but it hasn't been very crazy. So, but yeah, it's been cold, a couple days here and there, but nothing nuts. And now we got a big snowstorm coming, and we got cold. So cold before the snow. So. Yep. So what you're watching right now on the screen is an excavator. It is a Caterpillar 3350 turn. Actually, there's an excavator moving down there. I don't know where it's going, but it's moving. It's on the move. Anyways, yeah, that's what you're watching on your screen right now. So, yep. Awkward Truth. I love the name, love the handle. I'm all about the truth. How long does it take for an average person to master heavy equipment operations? Man, that is a question that I can answer as I'm probably going to be long-winded, but I'll give you my experience. I've been running heavy equipment since I was 16 years old. I am currently in my 40s. That puts me over 20 some odd years of operating equipment. So have I mastered operating equipment? I'm not mastered, but I am pretty darn good. So I don't think you ever master it because you're always learning something new, but you can get really good at it. If you dedicate yourself to this, I guarantee if you put yourself in the seat every day, all sorts of different scopes of work, if that's what you're interested in running an excavator or a loader or whatever, you got to get seat time. You got to get seat time in order to get good. The only way that you're going to get good at doing this particular work, working with heavy equipment, is getting in the seat. Having a company that's willing to give you the opportunity to run a piece of equipment. And what I did when I was younger, again, personal experience, I was very young, 16, 17 years old. I was a laborer. I was on the ground. I was on the ground with a shovel. So the shovel is where you need to start sometimes. There's different avenues you can take, but that's the way I took, and I learned how to be a good ground laborer and putting pipe together and learn the ins and outs of construction from the ground. And then one day I asked the boss, the foreman, whoever the heck was there, if I could run the rubber tire backhoe just to move some material around. And that was it for me. I was hooked. As soon as I was able to get in a piece of heavy equipment, I was completely hooked. So mastering a piece of equipment, I mean, you can, but it takes time. And time is basically seat time. It takes seat time. So hopefully that answered your question as best I could. There's really not a really good time frame. It's all based on, it's all based on your time in the seat. Good answer. Thank you. Watching your videos of children operating. Yeah, that's in third world countries, my friend. They got no cab, no nothing. Yeah, it's a little nuts. Those guys are a little crazy. That's the sun. Bang. Yeah, I'll go back. Yeah. If it ain't sunny, if it's not sunny where you are, it's sunny on your phone right now, or your tablet, or your TV. Yeah. Those. That's a different breed of people out that way, man. To do it in this neck of the woods, you got to be certified. I got videos on my channel. If you leave the live stream, you can take off now if you want, or after the live stream's over, you can go check out my. I got a whole playlist of blue collar videos, and I talk about like licenses. I got like 15 videos in that playlist. But anyways, yeah, I've watched some of them things too. You know what the thing is too, though, that I find now watching these, like I said, I'm in my 40s. I'm old school. I guess I am old now compared to the 20-year-old kids. But that's crazy to say that. But anyways, you know what I find though is AI is like, you can kind of tell, but man, it's getting good. I know we're in it. We're in it, but AI is getting really freaking good with that stuff. So it's hard to believe what's real and what's not. I struggle with that sometimes, but then you kind of like really pay attention and you can tell it's BS. So yeah, but if you like construction, you may happen to like this channel. This is more of an information channel. I try to film stuff like this, like live streams when I'm just moving material, very lackadaisical and by myself, windows all closed up. I got the heat on or the stereo. I listen to my podcast, or I pop on a live stream. I don't mind sharing my knowledge. You get bored a little bit in the cab when you're by yourself and talking to a phone. I've been doing it since 2015, really, full time. I started YouTube in 2012, so I've been doing this quite a while. I don't really do live streams on my main channel. This is my second channel. I don't know when it comes time when this channel grows to the fact of getting monetized. I don't think I'm going to monetize it because the simple fact is, once you start doing that, I'm different now. I probably wouldn't have that same mindset, but I remember when I got monetized on my main channel, which there's a link in the description down below. I'm not going to shamelessly plug my own crap, but it's automotive related content. You almost like to chase the money, and that's the wrong way to look at YouTube. I feel as though YouTube is a tool that should be used as such. That's my personal opinion. I like the information you can get. I don't know if it's the third or second highest. Google is the first, obviously, for search engines, but YouTube is used as a huge algorithm for searching things for help, and that's how I use YouTube as a tool. Does it the cab age the body faster? Does the age body faster than the cab? I'll elaborate on that awkward truth. What do you mean, like? Yeah, I'll let you elaborate. Don't have the cab and the age body fast. Yeah, you gotta kind of clarify what you're trying to ask, my friend. Are you talking about the age of the machines, or are you talking about the kids that run in the machines with no cab and the young? Aches and pains. Oh, well, yeah, aches and pains. So I'm 6'3", 290. I'm a big boy, but I've been that weight for a long time. And what you need to do, especially as you get older, I don't know what age what age bracket you're in, but as you get older, you got to understand we sit down for a living, just like a truck driver. You have to maintain your weight. You have to watch what you eat and all that stuff. But the aches and pains, it's manageable. It's how you beat your body up. I mean, you do bounce around like a dozer. I got a whole video on that. You can get in some old equipment that can beat your body up, but it's up to you. You're operating the piece of equipment. You're managing the ground. But sometimes that's out of your control too. If you're grading rock or digging through rock or running a hammer, I think that just comes with age. I think the biggest thing with operators that I've known when I was a younger man and found out, I seen a guy with braces on both hands. I can kind of show you. I don't really want to move you from the mount. But, an excavator with the two operating joysticks. Anyways, you get carpal tunnel. You're prone to carpal tunnel because of the rotations that you're doing with the machines. But I have changed the way I hold my sticks. I do fingertips now. So I'm like pushing with my arm instead of rotating my wrists. And, the biggest thing that bothers me is I think sitting down all day is no good for nobody. And it's my back, my lower back. Don't help that I have extra weight, but... you just gotta. When I get home, I'm always moving. If you check out my other channel, I am nonstop, dude. I was up till 10 o'clock last night, putting in a water pump in my Jeep. Like, you got to stay moving, man. When you're out of the machine, keep moving. Especially a union operator like myself. We're designated to a machine. We can get out and shovel our tracks and stuff like that. But there's not a lot of hopping on a machine, grabbing the grade rod, going in the pit. There's none of that. Because there's laborers that do that, the union laborers. So it's imperative that you get out when you get out, go to the gym, get out and stretch and move and eat healthy, just like anything else in life. But you're gonna have aches and pains. But I think that's anything in life, really. If you're a laborer, you got probably more aches and pains than I do. I'll tell you right now, I don't envy those guys. Those guys are hard workers, and I was one of those guys back in the day, and I learned real quick that I wanted to run heavy equipment for show. For show. I like it. I love it. Listen, it took me a long time to get as comfortable as I am right now, just to film a video, might be nervous for a lot of people that are learning how to do this, and I get it because it's a big piece of machinery. You have to be able to multitask. I've said that in videos in the past too. If you can't multitask, you probably are not going to fare very well in a piece of machinery. Multitasking is number one in running equipment. You know, you have your feet moving, your hands moving, your head's moving. You're in mirrors constantly. You have people yelling at you from the cab. You know, hey, push this and swing that and grab that. They don't yell at me, but I'm just saying. In the past, I've seen that happen. They yell at me, I yell back. They know not to yell. Anyways, yeah, you got to multitask. That's imperative for sure. When running equipment. Calm before the storm. Kind of looking forward to this big snowstorm, to be honest with you. I know it sounds crazy, but when I get home today, I got to move a few things in the garage. I got to pull the generator out. I want to make sure that thing is ready to go just in case we do lose power. I don't have a standalone like Generac, like it switches over automatically. I make money, but not that much money. So I got to get my portable generator. It's like a 75,000 watt generator, which is good. Give us some operator pranks. Operator pranks. Well, I don't even call it. I don't know. The older you get, the more angry you get, and the more angry you get. So we don't really play pranks on each other. But I have done something where, like, dude, I pissed off one operator or whatever it was, and I took my grease gun. I had rubber gloves on at the time, and I put grease all over every single one of his handles to get into the excavator, the engine compartment, to turn on his key, to check the radiator and the hydraulic fluid. Every single grab handle on his excavator had grease on it. I remember I did that once. And then we had another operator where we were breaking his chops. Yeah, he was, I don't know, he was like a little rat, you know what I mean? He was like the company rat. Hey, listen, I understand. Every company's got one of those guys that want to, you know what I mean, be there for the boss man. And, hey, boss, look at me, I'm doing so good. Johnny over there left like 15 minutes early, blah, blah, blah. So found out that some Had a phone call, guys. I don't know if the audio's still working, if anyone's still here, but I'm sure people will pop in and pop out. But sorry about that. Flip you guys back around. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But yeah, that's exactly what happens when a phone call comes through. It like mutes. I don't know. It mutes it. It is what it is. I wonder how like big live streamers do it. They must live stream on a separate device, like a Wi-Fi connected device when they're at home. I can't do that out while I'm out in the field. It just doesn't work that way for me. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. I'll probably run the live for about 45, maybe to an hour. And yeah, we'll just do it that way. So yeah, just putting this stuff back before the snow flies. Want to keep it nice and flat, and actually stockpiling it and leaving it up in a windrow. It sheds water much better than not. So. I wonder if there's any other operators out there. I wonder what you guys like to listen to when you're just chilling out. My music is freaking crazy. I listen to everything. Literally, right before I put on this live stream, I was listening to Cream. It's a band from like the 70s. I listen to everything. Although I don't like some of my son's stuff that they listen to. Not a fan. Getting it dark. Do 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 do. Stuff is heavy, man. I'm gonna need fuel soon. Almost on red. Getting it dark. Do 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 do. Still got a bunch of screen. I mean, a Lumda screen. It's so much material right here. Quite a bit. Well, welcome to the channel, guys. If it's the first time finding this channel, you found a construction channel. Dirty Dirt Garage, DDG as I like to call it. And what we do here on our live streams is normally, it all depends on the kind of which direction it goes, but normally I throw a live stream up 24 to 48 hours after I do a long form video to discuss in a town hall like session, I guess, or just a discussion board. We can talk about that latest video I posted up there. And the latest video was comparing and contrast, or actually it wasn't even, it was like giving 3 good facts and 3 like bad facts about union versus non-union. And then next week I have another video up doing the contrast of that, the opposite side of that. So basically, if that makes any sense to you. You'd have to go back and watch it if you wanted to get kind of basically what I'm trying to say. So kind of concentrating on this. I can't really, I forget if it was union versus non-union or vice versa, but I got 2 videos back to back, and I'm going to drop the other one next week after the big old snowstorm that's coming Sunday into Monday. I don't even know if we're going to have work Monday. If we do, it is what it is. I drive nice and slow. I'll be there when I get there. Yeah, so if you like construction or construction-based videos or knowledge about construction or blue-collar trade work or information regarding this or know how-tos on how to run things or just enjoy watching live streams like this one you're watching right now, consider subscribing. Hit the bell so you guys don't miss live streams like this. Some people just like to do the live streams because they can interact with the the content creator as myself, which is sometimes fun. I was watching a guy the other night. He was playing a guitar, acoustic guitar, and he was making the songs out of the comments. That was a blast. That was fun. That kid was very smart by doing that. You can engage with all your fans and just people coming in. That was pretty funny. Kid had a pretty good thing going. I know he sung most lyrics, not all of them though. It's almost like he had to screen them a little bit, which I don't blame him. Surprisingly how cold it is. This dirt, when I piled it up into this big cone pile, did not get frosty and cold, which is good. This is less moisture in this stuff. But I'll tell you right now, tomorrow is going to be bitterly cold up here in New England. Bitterly cold. So I think everyone's just kind of like piping up to gear up for the snow, to be honest with you. So what you guys are looking at right now is a Caterpillar excavator 335F LCR, which I believe I should know this, running equipment as long as I have. I think it's something to do with ground pressure or low clearance radiation, radius, maybe. Low clearance rotation. It's like a zero turn. Man, that might be what it's called. Holy crap, I think I just figured it out. Probably not. Probably totally wrong. But yeah, a zero turn, like in layman's terms, is when you look at an excavator on the side of the highway when you're driving down the road, and the back side of it has a big counterweight. It's like a big old butt on the back of the excavator, opposite side of the stick and boom. What you guys are watching right now, the bucket and the stick. It's called the counterweight. So that hangs out quite a bit to counterbalance the long boom and stick. So when you pick up stuff stretched out, you don't tip over. This counterweight is squished. So this excavator is higher. It sits higher. You sit higher in it. And the counterweight is like smashed into the machine itself, like it's part of it. So what happens is there's no overhang on the back side of this machine, which this machine is great around buildings. So you can get real tight on one side of a building and not worried about swinging into the building. On a regular excavator with a big counterweight, a tail swing on that, you're going to hit a building or a fence or a tree or whatever you're working next to. This machine has zero overhang on the tracks. So it's very versatile when it comes to tight quarters. In an application, what I'm doing right now, I really don't need it. But it's the machine that they gave me to run, and that's the machine I've been running. Probably put about close to 300 hours on it since I've been here in October. The very end of October, I showed up to this job site to do what I'm doing now. But it's coming to an end, and all jobs come to an end. Don't get nervous. Don't get panicky. You know, I've done a whole video about layoffs, and if that happens, there's always more work down the road, and don't get down. Don't get down on yourself. You never know. I've been in this industry on this side of the coin on the union for 10 years now. I'm on my 10th year anniversary. I started in 2026. I'm sorry, in 2016. So that's 10 years. So by the end of this year, this is going, I'm working on my 10th year. I have been laid off, and I think I've been laid off quite a bit, and that's okay. It's not because of my skill set or anything like that, but just work dries up, work stops, job ends. You got to move on unless they got you to bring you somewhere else. I've had that happen too, when like a job rat's wrapped up. Oh, I've been here for 2 years now straight with this company. March will be 2 years, a couple months. And they've been good to me, and I'm good to them, and just no one just do what you're asked, and I just come to work, do my job. I don't get into no riprap with nobody. That's the biggest thing too in this industry. I've said it in long form videos on my playlist about having a good attitude, and not everybody on the job is your friend either. That's a big thing I say. I'm not saying not be friendly and make friends. That's awesome. You find good people like that. But yeah, remember, not everybody, even where you work, wherever you work, I don't care where you work. I don't care if you make sandwiches at Subway. Not everybody's your friend at work. Remember that. Chad of Christmas Pass. What's going on, buddy? I just got laid off. I'm just talking about that. Oh, here you go. Except, yeah, March. We use it to get crap ton of work. Oh, it's awesome, bro. Enjoy the time, my friend. Make sure you sign up this Sunday. Don't wait a week. Yeah, you sign up Sunday. That way, your week that you're held week, you won't miss a check. So I know you got 2 checks. Well, you should have. But you sign up this Sunday. You sign up this Sunday. Um, that way, you're all set for next week, so you don't miss a check because they do a holding week. But dude, if you've been working straight out, man, that's nice. Take some time off, dude. It's gonna be bitterly cold Saturday and Sunday. I was just talking to another viewer in the chat. Sounds like a blue collar guy, but anyways, we're talking about how cold it's gonna get, and it's gonna be a snowstorm. Could be like 2 feet of snow. Listen, I might be getting wrapped up today too. Looking in the distance, we're done screening loom. I'm literally putting the stockpile I put here last week, and they said though they want to put the hammer on. Got a crushing crew coming in. I think it's going to be put on hold because of the weather, but I might put a hammer on this and chip away and just do piecework. Very easy. I can sign up for unemployment today or wait till Sunday. I think wait till Sunday because you can only file on Sunday. So open up your claim on Sunday. I don't know. You might be able to open the claim today, but I know you got to claim. You might be able to open the claim today, but you can only claim on Sundays. I know that for a fact. But you might be able to open it today. But yeah, find out. Don't listen to me. It's been over 2 years. My buddy said he just got done, but now he got back. He was off for a week. I don't know what was that about. They brought him back, but he goes, it's changed. The website's changed, so it wasn't easy to navigate before the change. I don't even know what it looks like now. But yeah, don't miss that window. I know Sunday you could do that. So. No, this Sunday. Yeah, if you got laid off, say you got laid off today, Friday, you open the claim up Sunday. You go in Sunday, open the claim, or even open it Friday. Maybe you do open it. Maybe you might be right, Chad. You might be right, but yeah, you might open it the day you get laid off, and then you file Sunday. I think that's how it goes. Yep, I think you might be right. Yeah, I've been doing the live for about 39 minutes, so I'll let it roll for a little bit longer. If you want to chit chat, I'll hang out for a while. But I've had quite a few people come and go. I think this is the most liked live stream I've done. I know that not saying a lot, 6 likes, but thank you for the thumbs up, everybody who hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, whatever the hell they call that. I appreciate that. It does help out, pushes the videos out, and thank you, appreciate it. And if you guys are subscribed, watching, I appreciate you guys subscribing. So we dropped a video. Basically, I repeat a lot of these things because people come in and out, and new people are watching, and they might not know what the heck is going on right now. But so usually, what I do with live streams is on this channel is after I let a long form video marinate for 24 to 48 hours, I pop up here and do a live stream so we can discuss it like in a town hall or like a live. A live group chat, so you guys can chat with me if you guys got any questions about long form video. And the video that we filmed recently was talking about union versus non-union, what to expect, some pros and cons. And then next week after the weekend after the snowstorm, I'll have another video piggybacking off that subject. The polar opposite of non-union or reunion. I forget which one I posted first. You got to go back and see it. It's my latest video I posted. So, and if it's not sunny where you are right now, you're welcome. There's some sun for you right there through the back windshield. You're welcome. So if it's not sunny where you are, it's sunny on your phone or your tablet or your TV or whatever the heck you're watching this on. My teacher also filed on Sundays, so we do get unemployment this week. No, they hold 1 week. So when you open up a new claim, which this will be a new claim, there's a week of holding. It's like, starting a job Monday and you don't get paid to the following Wednesday. So you got a week on hold. That's why when you get laid off, you get 2 checks. You get the check from the previous week that you were owed, and then you get whatever you worked that week of layoff. So if you got laid off yesterday, you're entitled to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that day, Thursday. So if you got laid off yesterday, so you're entitled to 4 days pay. So you should have 2 checks. You should have whatever you worked last week. Say it's a 40-hour check. You should have that check already deposited, whether it was whether it was automatically deposited. And from what I know, at least my trade, bro, Chad, is the day you get laid off, you're supposed to have a check in hand before you leave the job site. They have to give you a paper check. At least that's what the operators do. And I've always done it for the past 10 years. When I've left, I've worked in the past, I think 2018, I think I worked for 5 different companies. That's just the way it went. And every time I left, I made sure I had my check and my 2 weeks, and I'd file unemployment. But anyways, bad year to buy like a boat or a truck because they look at your employment. You're like, man, what the hell's the matter with this guy? Can't keep a job. But you know, and you're learning how this industry is. But anyways, yeah, no, you'll hold a week. So you open up the claim. Unemployment holds 1 week. But you should have 2 checks to hold you over until you get your unemployment check. And my suggestion to you, Chad, you don't have to listen to me, my friend. You know, I know you're young. I know this might be, I don't know. You don't have to get into it on this live stream. That's personal information. But I'll just say this. If it's the only company you've worked for, don't think you need to wait around. I know you might get along with your boss. You may get along with everybody, your coworkers and your foreman. That's great. I mean, that's wonderful. But if there's an opportunity for you to go somewhere else, and you're always got to keep that window of opportunity open with the hall, totally up to you. You don't have to do that. But that's just the way I roll. I am like a free agent on the Red Sox. You know, I got drafted by the Yankees. I got traded to the Red Sox, and I went down to the farm league. Oh, no sound. My bad. Yeah, I had it muted. I'm sorry. I was on the phone. Hopefully it's back. But yeah, I just was talking about, like, you know, conducting myself as a representative. We all representatives are a union, but I learned from old school guys. You know, never wait for a contractor. You know, you might get along with those guys, and the boss might be a good dude, and the foremans are awesome people. But the sad truth of it is, the company that is employing you really doesn't care about your bills and what you have to pay. They're a business. They're in to make money, not to waste money. Just like us, you know, we're in it to make money and try to spend our money accordingly. So, what I mean by that is, I've never waited for a contractor to call me back. I always put out my feelers and find out if there was anything going on that I could go do something different, even if it was temporary help just to get me through. Because we all have mouths to feed, whether it's just yourself or somebody else, and we all have bills. So, that was my biggest thing, not to wait for anybody ever. So, but I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just suggesting that, But again, though, too, you might need the time off, which is nice. I don't blame you. It's gonna be freaking freezing out the next couple of weeks, or at least a week. It looks like it's gonna be really seasonable temperatures, cold temperatures tomorrow for sure, Saturday, and then we got a blizzard coming. For crying out loud, we got over 20 inches of snow coming, close to 2 feet potentially. So I wish I didn't have to go to work Monday. I hope we don't have work Monday. That's a good. Yeah, I probably could do a video, but you know what happened? I mean, I have to be. Listen, I got a lot of information upside of my brain skull, and what happens is if I put too much out there of like the ins and outs, it kind of like puts me in jeopardy. but I can speak very open-ended about just stuffs that are the facts, not personal experiences when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, no, I appreciate that, Chad. That might be a video that I might have to do. I talked briefly about it in layoffs, but I'm sure there's more I can touch on about, that might be a good video title, Chad. Conducting yourself as a good union member. That might be something I'm going to have to do now. I'll have to write that down in my notes, my friend. Yeah, thank you. See? I like live streams. That's why I like to read the comments, too, on my long-form videos. It sets me up for videos in the future. Things that guys want to see. You go, buddy. I'll have to give you a shout-out on that one, my friend. But, yeah, enjoy the time off, dude. Enjoy it. Stay at home. Stay in your loafers. Stay nice and warm. Order DoorDash. Whatever the hell you want to do. I'm pretty sure we got work Monday, but I don't know. I'm going to probably run a loader over here and clean this yard up. I don't even, what the heck's the point? If I get in tracks, even in a dozer out there in the distance next to my Jeep, that thing can be like ice tracks. Yeah, I could push all the snow in the world, but it would be like, it would not be good. It would be like running a pair of hockey skates. So, anyways. Yeah, just doing piecework. Easy peasy. What am I in? 45 minutes? 48 minutes. I'll hang out for another 10. We'll cut it at an hour or so. Old tire. See that? Old tire. It's kind of fun when you excavate and find stuff. I was at a job in Lynn, Massachusetts. Lynn, the city of sin. You never go in. What is it? What's the whole saying? Crap. Anyways, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. You never go in the same way you came out, or some shit like that. Anyways, we had it was like an old backfilled like dump, basically near two bodies of water. And I think what they did back in the day is they filled that up with debris, and a lot of burn debris, by the way. And sorry about that. And we collectively, the whole job site too, but me and another operator, Matt, he was running another excavator side by side. We were doing this huge cut. We were finding glass bottles, and I found these old license plates. You'd have to go to my main channel, Gasoline Garage, link in the description of this channel. You can find it. And it's like an October of 2024 update. There is the screenshot, the thumbnail is the two license plates that I found in that particular job. And they do show up in the video halfway through, I think. But they're from 1913, I think, or 1912, matching New Hampshire plates. And I found them in Massachusetts, Lynn. I couldn't believe it. I still have them to this day. They're in my garage hanging up. Maybe I'll do a live stream in my garage on my main channel. Do like a little toolbox tour. If you guys are interested in that, I can pop up on that. Getting better at the live streams. All I got to do is just talk like it's a video. Very easy. I don't know why these people think it's hard to do live streams about, it's fairly simple for me anyways. Hell, I'm doing a live stream while running an excavator. Come on now. Oh yeah, this place is going to be super flat. Another 10 minutes. I got to make a few phone calls, so I'll do an hour, and then I'm out of here, guys. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. I hope the sun's shining where you guys are. I hope it's not super cold. I think we're at 28 degrees this morning. You get the sun right in your face, swing right around. Oh yeah, dude. Look at it. I can make the sun disappear. Yep. Calm before the storm. We'll have a little bit of time Saturday, but it's going to be cold Saturday. I plan on putting the pellet stove on, hanging out at home with the kiddos. We got them, believe it or not, they got each of them got PlayStation 5. They each got that. We got Madden 26, NBA 2K 26, and we got them. I remember when I was a kid, PlayStation 2, and then the last system I bought was a PlayStation 3. We had MX versus ATV, dirt bikes and four wheelers. I love that game, and we got each of them that game for the PlayStation 5. So they have a blast on that, which is cool. I'm glad. You know, I used to be against video games, but I can't fight it. You know, as long as it's monitored, and you know, a few hours here and there. You know, as long as their sports are getting, their homework is getting done, they're still going to bed on time, and you know, the normal stuff. Raising kids. I don't know if anybody's out there raising 12-year-old boys, but I am. I'd rather have boys than girls, though, so I'm not complaining. I love my kids. They're a pain in the booty, but I love them. They're supposed to be a pain in the ass. That's what's supposed to happen. It's getting cold. I'm gonna need fuel. I'm gonna have to cut the live stream anyways. I gotta go walk and get some diesel fuel. I'm running on fumes right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that in my notes when I close this live stream. How to conduct yourself as a good union member. Yipper. We're gonna do that one. Appreciate that, Chad. I know you're not here no more, but yeah. So, boys and girls, we'll wrap this up. I said an hour, 5 minutes early. Listen, if you ain't 5 minutes early, you're not on time, right? I should preach. I'm showing up to this place with like 2 minutes to spare. What's that saying? Do what I say, not what I do. Or do as I say, not as I do. Man, I'm getting old. All these old sayings that kids don't know anymore. So we'll wrap this up. And again, if you like construction and you like a New England accent, like Peter Griffin, as I was told one time in a comment. But if you like construction videos, how-to videos, ride-along videos, talking about blue-collar trade work, consider subscribing to this channel. We go live after we post a long-form video, 24 to 48 hours after that, so we can discuss it in a town hall or live session like we do here with the live stream. We can discuss about that latest video. Sometimes it goes that way. Sometimes it's just a free-for-all in here. So today I'm going to chalk up as a free-for-all, and that's normally how my live streams go, and I'm okay with that. We just kind of go with the flow. So again, if that's something you're interested in, construction and all that other nonsense I just said, consider subscribing and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any videos that we post up here on this channel, especially the live streams. If you guys are in the live streams and communicating with content creators here on YouTube, I definitely like to communicate with my audience via comment section in the videos, which actually end up getting more videos that I like to put out for you guys. Yeah, consider it. You don't have to do it, but consider it. Helps the algorithm, and I appreciate everybody that chimed in on the live stream today, checked in, talked, communicate. Thanks for the chat, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Hopefully you guys show up, and we'll see you guys on the next live stream. And as always, stay dirty